This is passage 3. It's a humanities passage. As such, it's more inference-based than reference-based. Any of the three strategies will work, but mapping won't work quite as well on this one as some of the others. You can pick out the questions that have line number references to answer first, if that's what your strategy is. Question number 21. Main purpose of the passage. Remember, these questions are often good to save to the very end when you've answered the other questions because they're easier. We're going to go ahead and answer it now because this is like the reread. So it talks about in the very first paragraph, which is where you're usually going to get the main purpose, the first or last paragraph. Two of the most exciting jazz concerts I've seen in recent years were tributes in New York. So what is the main purpose? To review the qualities of two jazz tribute concerts. B. Number 22, according to the passage, so we know it's there somewhere. How did Tolliver's concert compare with Monk's concert? So it says, miraculously, Tolliver pulled it off. The concert, which could have been an academic exercise, was anything but. The musicians had no doubt listened to the album countless times. They owned the arrangements. So Tolliver's musicians improvised their solos. The majority of Tolliver's concert replicated Monk's concert, right? So they did leave some room for improvisation, but they did a really good job of being exact. So choice J. 23, as it is used in line 8, the phrase, there's a place for jazz repertoire. So this is talking about the classics and how they are doing recitals of the classics. That's really what this whole passage is about. So it's the idea that they should perform jazz classics. They talk about how that could be a slippery slope and it could be a problem, but there is a place for it, which is what almost this entire passage is about. 24, in attempting to describe Monk's talent, the author uses an analogy that compares Monk's, doesn't tell you where a line number is, so you have to remember this. If you Google summary, it might be easy to find it. So they compare him to Picasso on a canvas, so choice J. 25, the author states the tribute concerts he attended commemorated the, so we know it's going to be a Thelonious Monk concert, and it tells us both were commemorating the 50th anniversary of a single concert, Monk's first stab at leading a big band through his music, around line 30. So B, the first concert in which Monk led a big band through his music. 26, it can be reasonably inferred from the passage that in 1959 Monk played what? And we can see for sure in line 47, pianist Stanley Cowell was instructed to match Monk's solos as closely as possible, so Monk had to have played the piano. G. 27, in the context of the passage, the statement that Tolliver's musicians owned the arrangements most nearly means Tolliver's musicians did what? So it says miraculously they pulled it off. The concert, which could have been an academic exercise, was anything but. The musicians had no doubt listened to the album, but they owned these arrangements, playing them as if for the first time, not too perfectly, not too stiffly, leaving some space to sway in. So what are the musicians doing? They're playing it so well that it sounds like they created the musical arrangements themselves. It has nothing to do with copyright. If you want to process eliminate this one, no copyright. They wrongly claimed it was their own creation. They received copies of the sheet music. No, it's that they are making them their own, bringing their own expertise to it. 28, according to the passage, which tribute concert did the author consider to be the more adventurous? It tells us directly around line 59, Jason Moran took the more adventurous path, so Moran's, because his music was a springboard to something new, a leaping off point to something new, choice J. The main purpose of the 8th paragraph, lines 62 to 67. It talks about how Moran is a concept artist, a fascination that's on display here, how he's taking this idea of Thelonious Monk's music and making it his own. So it's providing a setup for explaining how Moran's approach to art in general, how this works. So A. And 30, the parenthetical comment in lines 69 to 70 most strongly emphasizes the author's. So the parenthetical comment in parentheses, he was born 16 years after Monk. It's talking about how Moran is much younger. And even though he's younger, though, he's doing extraordinary things. So it's appreciation for his accomplishment, even though he's far removed from Monk's era. So F.